guys! Today I wanted to do a fun video, so I decided to choose from one of those tags that has been going around, and I saw Emily Noel do the blush tag, and so I decided I want to do that because I love blushes. So the first question is best packaging. And I chose the Physicians Formula Happy Booster Glow and Mood Boosting Blush in the color Rose. It's not so much the packaging, but how the blush itself is designed. It has these little cute dark and light rosy pink hearts. And I think it's super cute. So that's best packaging. The prettiest color is the So Susan Universal blush that I got in a glossy box. Actually, the packaging looks really cheap, but I think these are pretty expensive. And this blush is very unique. It has this beautiful sheen to it, which it doesn't come off as too much on the skin. It just gives a really natural, glowy pink blush color with a hint of like purple or lavender. And I think it's a very unique and super pretty color, and it actually goes with a lot of makeup looks, but mainly I feel like it goes best with cooler eyeshadows and stuff. So I think that's a gorgeous blush, and probably one of my, like, in my top 3 favorite blushes. The most pigmented blush is definitely the e.l.f. HD blush. This one's in Superstar, and it's a liquid blush. It comes with a pump, and the reason why I found that this is very pigmented is that in order for me to apply it in like the best way, I feel like to apply it is to put a little bit, like a drop, on the palm of your hand and then rub it out and dab it with your finger or with a brush. I used one of those mini small stipple brushes that e.l.f. has. Anyways, when I'm trying to get it off my hand again, it is impossible. And I find that it stays very long on the cheeks, and yeah, it's almost too much. I find that I don't like my blushes to be too pigmented, but I want them to be long-lasting, and that combination is very hard to find. Next is Everyday Blush. So first I was gonna go with the blush that I used like mostly or on a daily basis, but then there's another question where it says most used, so I decided to go with what Emily Noel was thinking, the blush that works with the most makeup looks, and I feel like that is the Rimmel Lasting Finish Soft Color blush in Santa Rose. I often use this when I'm going for a more smoky look and I want to go neutral on the cheeks, or if I just don't know what color to pair the eyeshadow that I'm using with. This is so neutral that it works really great. I think this is really versatile and a good everyday blush, and it's also great for traveling. The best party blush, I think the best party blush, I could choose the same one because like I said, often when you go out, you go for a more darker eyeshadows or more of a smoky eyeshadow look, so you don't want to go full out with the blush. I usually tend to go more neutral when I go a more dark and smoky on the eyes. I go more neutral on the blush or the cheeks. So I quite often choose the Santa Rose one, or I choose, if I want a little bit more of a pink blush, I choose the same brand Rimmel Lasting Finish Soft Color Blush in Pink Rose, and this has a little bit more of a pink tone to it than the Santa Rose. Next is Regret Purchasing. I think I'm gonna go with this one. This is the 17 Stamp Blusher, and the color of the blush it doesn't say, but it is the most beautiful color. It is like a light baby Barbie pink, and it goes really well with my pale skin. It has a cute packaging, it has the mirror on the top, but here is the downside. When you open this, the scent of this blush, and this happened to me like the first time I used it, it had the same scent, so it doesn't, well, maybe it had already gone bad, I don't know. I've used it several times and I haven't gotten any reactions to it, so I don't think it is because it's because it has gone bad, but I think it's just how it is. So I really don't want to open it because it makes me like sick. But it smells like shrimps or like seafood in a bad way, like bad seafood. Okay, I'll open it to show you the color. That's the color, and oof, man, whew. This would have been a great blush if it wasn't for the scent, but I don't know. I just can't stand it. And when I do use this blush, it's like I hold my breath throughout the application, and then so once it's on, I can't really smell it anymore, but it's just so bad during the application. So I don't know what to do with this. I might just have to get rid of it. Least used is this Mineralogics blush in Dusty Rose. So this is like a mineral blush, and I like the color. It's just so dark on me, so it's pretty much the darkest that I can go, but I very rarely use this dark of a blush, like ever. Most used or would never let go of. I think this blush is one of my most used blushes. I use it all the time. It has this corally peachy color, and it's everything, the writing has come off, but it is Isadora Twist Up blush thing, and I think it's Coral Island or something. So it's a beautiful coral blush, and it's so easy to use. It blends so well into the skin. It looks really nice, really natural, and it's just a perfect color for the summer. And I love cream blushes in the summer, by the way. And I think it's in my top 3 blushes, along with this one and probably the Santa Rose one from Rimmel. These are my top 3 blushes as of today. Favorite blush brand, and again, I mean, a lot of these blushes double as an answer for several of the categories, just because they're so good. And yeah, so these, the Rimmel Lasting Finish Soft Color Blush series are definitely the best ones I have. I just love these blushes. They're so versatile. They're pigmented enough. The colors are beautiful. They're small and travel friendly, and they're cheap. So I get these at feelunique.com, but unfortunately Rimmel is no longer cruelty free. Out of the blushes that I'm mentioning today, I'm going to tell you in the end of the video which ones are cruelty free, just so you know. Greatest blush discovery of last year. I'm going to have to mention this one. This was a blush that wasn't very well loved in the beginning of the year because it was just boring and it didn't give me very much. It wasn't a very exciting color, and so I just let it sit in my drawer for a while, and then I tried it out, just gave it a chance, and I'm in love with it. It came in a glossy box. It's the Me Coral Blossom Cheek and Lip Tint. I don't use it for my lips. It just doesn't, it's too thin for that, and I don't like the color on my lips. But it's just, I don't know what the name of the color is, but it's like a orangey, light peachy color, and it looks like a nail polish. And I just add one stroke on each cheek and I blend it out with my fingers, and it gives the most natural, like no makeup blush for those days where I want to go really natural. And it's so easy to apply, and this is a big bottle, so I think it's gonna last me for a long time. But it has already started to like clump up a little bit, so maybe it will expire before I get to use it all up. We'll see. Most practical. I think, I mean, all of those cream blushes that I mentioned, except from this one, which is not practical because it just makes a complete mess. I think cream blushes are a very good alternative if you want to go like really quick and just put something on and blend it out with your fingers. You don't need another tool really, and they're just super quick and easy and gives a great glow, especially in the summer. I think those are good, like practical blushes to mention, but again, these are just super practical. They're so easy to travel with. They take up no space, and they go with so many makeup looks, both of them. So I would say those two. The least practical are probably these mineral blushes. They're so beautiful, like this one from Lily Lolo. It is actually a dupe for the Benefit Coralista blush, and the name is Clementine. And these mineral blushes are so beautiful, and I love this blush. I've used it a lot this summer, but I don't like pigments or loose powders of any kind really, because I just feel like they're so messy and not very practical. So most expensive, I think it has to be the Benefit Coralista, which is super old. It has expired a long time ago and I don't use it anymore, but I keep it for sentimental reasons, because it was one of my first blushes actually, and I got it on a road trip in the United States, and it's also like my all-time favorite blush. It is gorgeous. So yeah, this is the most expensive one. I don't spend a lot of money on my blushes. I like cheap, easy, nice blushes. The least expensive, it could have been the Jordana one, those small round ones. I have mine in Coral Sandy Beach. It's beautiful, very well pigmented blush as well. But I think this one is a tad cheaper. When I got this, it was just $1. I don't know if they still have this kind of blush from e.l.f. It is called Natural Radiance Blusher, and the color, the writing is so small, so I have no idea what it says. Maybe like koi or something like that. But this is a gorgeous, gorgeous blush color, and a very unique one. It is purely light lavender. I don't have anything like this, but it's so beautiful for those, sorry, it's so beautiful for those cooler makeup looks. And yeah, this is also one of those blushes that sat a long time in my drawer because I couldn't, like, I felt like it wouldn't go with anything. It was just a weird, unusual color. And then I actually started to use it, and I found that it looks beautiful. And it's actually a more, I feel like, a more opaque and more out there color or version of the So Susan blush. And then Emily Noel added 2 more categories: the longest wearing and the best blush palette. So longest wearing would probably be, again, the e.l.f. HD blush. And the best blush palette, I don't have a lot of blush palettes actually, but I have one that I really enjoy because it's so versatile, and it is from Pro Cosmetics. It contains a, I guess it's supposed to be a highlighter, but I don't feel like it is. It's like a highlighting powder, or yeah, I would use it under my eyes. It would be really nice for lightening up that area. And then there's a couple of contour colors, and then the rest of them are blushes. And I just love all of these blushes. They're very easy to blend, beautiful colors, nicely pigmented, and yeah, I just love them. And I also want to add one more category. The next blush on my wish list, and I have so many blushes, so I don't need more blushes, but I would really like to try the blushes from The Balm, like the Instain one, which is supposed to be very pigmented and very long lasting, or I have Frat Boy, and I love that color, but I would just like to try more of those blushes from The Balm, because The Balm is a cruelty-free brand and they have so much to choose from, and the packaging is really cute. And so yeah, those blushes are the next ones on my list. So the last thing I'm going to mention are which one of these blushes that are cruelty-free. Now, the blush palette, I'm not, unfortunately, I don't know if Pro Cosmetics are cruelty-free, so that I don't know. Like I said, the Rimmel ones are not cruelty-free. Benefit are not cruelty-free. NYX is not, I haven't mentioned this one. I was supposed to mention the NYX blushes because they was so raved about for a while on YouTube, and so I got several of them, and I was so disappointed because it has this thick layer on top of the blush that I can't seem to get underneath and get the actual pigmented blush color. So I've just given away most of the blushes. The only one I've kept is the one in Pinched, which is okay. What I do know is Physicians Formula is cruelty-free. Lily Lolo is cruelty-free. Isadora is cruelty-free. e.l.f. is cruelty-free. And hold on, I'm going to figure out if the other brands are cruelty-free. I've read a few articles now online, and I can never tell for sure that a brand is cruelty-free, but it looks like So Susan is cruelty-free. 17 is cruelty-free, but they're owned by a parent company who does tests on animals. So for me, 17 are then not cruelty-free. Me does not seem to be a cruelty-free brand, unfortunately. Lastly, I cannot seem to find any information about this brand, Mineralogics, so I have no idea. Alright, I'm sorry again about the lighting. I hope you still enjoyed this video, and I thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye!